The woman pulled back the national flag, only to find that her husband's body was actually a wooden figure. When the woman cried and asked where the body was, her husband's comrades burst into tears instantly. It turned out that her husband was a test pilot for fighter jets. During a test flight mission, the new engine suddenly caught fire. The fighter jet lost control in an instant and began to plummet rapidly. No matter what he did, it was useless. Since the distance was too far to return safely, the commander-in-chief ordered him to bail out immediately. But when the man looked down, he saw that the fighter jet was heading toward a densely populated city. However, there was still a test missile on the plane. If it crashed into the city, the consequences would be unimaginable. The man resolutely gave up the idea of bailing out. He strained every nerve to pull the control stick, forcing the fighter jet to fly level and steering it away from the city as much as possible. And so, the fighter jet flew over the city. In order to protect the test flight data, the man told his apprentice to bail out first while he flew the jet to an uninhabited area. But the apprentice insisted on bailing out together with him. As they were about to miss the safe altitude for bailing out and fearing an accident, the man agreed to jump with his apprentice. Just as the apprentice had secured the test data, the man deceived him. At that moment, the commander-in-chief ordered him once again to bail out immediately. But seeing the large crowd still below, in order to prevent any harm to the civilians, the man refused to bail out once more and persisted in flying the jet to the uninhabited area. The fighter jet finally reached the uninhabited area. The commander-in-chief ordered the man to bail out immediately again. But as the man pulled the bailout device, he found that the jet was too damaged to activate the safety mechanism. In his desperation to reunite with his family, the man tried to pull the bailout device multiple times, but he ultimately failed. The man left his final words in the sky. Then, the fighter jet crashed into the ground, and the man was instantly engulfed in the fire. After the crash, the rescue team arrived at the scene as quickly as possible. But it was a sea of fire, and in the end, only some wreckage of the fighter jet remained. With no remains of the man to be found, his comrades carved a wooden figure. On the other side, the man's wife still sent a message asking what time he would be back for dinner. It wasn't until she received the belongings sent by the military that she knew her husband had sacrificed his life. At the memorial service, the wife lifted the national flag, hoping to see her husband one last time. But to her shock, she found that her husband's body was actually a wooden figure. Seeing her husband's comrades crying uncontrollably, the woman instantly understood everything.